What if you could wake up tomorrow and feel your legs respond with strength, not stiffness? What if one simple breakfast change could restore your balance, your power, and even your confidence starting in just 12 hours? Groundbreaking science from 2023 has uncovered that when certain foods are timed precisely, they can reactivate the electrical connection between your brain and your muscles, especially in your legs. This isn't a supplement ad. It's real clinical physiology. And you're about to learn how to make it work for you. Because the truth is, you may not need more workouts. You may just need the right signal. So stay with me, because what you eat tomorrow morning could literally change the way you walk. Let me ask you, have your legs felt slower lately? Do you catch yourself gripping the handrail just a little tighter, avoiding stairs, pausing before standing up just to steady yourself? You're not alone. Millions silently struggle with the subtle loss of leg power. But here's the real danger. It's not just about movement. It's about freedom. When your legs weaken, your world shrinks. Your confidence drops. And most people assume, well, I'm just getting older. But what if that assumption is dead wrong? What if what you're feeling isn't aging at all, but a communication breakdown inside your body? A signal interruption between your brain and the very muscles that carry you through life. Because the good news is broken. Signals can be repaired sometimes within hours. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how. Here's the truth science is finally uncovering. Muscle loss is not the primary reason your legs feel weak. In many cases, the muscle is still there, just disconnected, like lights that are turned off, not burned out. The key lies in something called the neuromuscular junction, the interface, where your motor neurons, those powerful brain-to-muscle messengers, deliver the command, move. But as we age, or more accurately, as we fall out of sync biologically, that connection starts to fade. The signals weaken. The muscle doesn't contract fully. The power doesn't come. But here's the exciting part. Researchers now know that this offline muscle can be switched back on through targeted nutrients and precise timing. You don't need to build more muscle. You need to wake up the muscle you already have. Picture this. Your legs are a high-performance engine. But if the spark plug isn't firing, all that horsepower goes nowhere. What if we could relight that spark? Starting tomorrow morning. Because coming up next, I'll reveal the exact food backed by clinical research that can jumpstart this connection, reignite your leg power, and even reverse neuromuscular aging within just one day. So what's the fix? How do we turn that internal spark back on and bring your legs back to life? It starts with one powerful shift in what you feed your body when it's most ready to respond. Research now shows that a specific combination of natural nutrients can reactivate the neuromuscular system with remarkable speed, sometimes in as little as 12 hours. And the best part? These aren't exotic superfoods or expensive supplements. They're simple, accessible, and hiding in plain sight in your kitchen. Let's break them down. First, leucine, an essential amino acid. Think of it as the body's on switch for muscle protein synthesis. Without it, your muscles stay idle even if you're eating enough protein overall. Leucine flips that biochemical switch that says, let's rebuild. Next is choline. It's the raw material your brain uses to produce acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that tells your muscles to move. No choline, no command signal. No signal, no strength. It's that simple. And finally, we have nitrates naturally found in vegetables like beets. These compounds convert into nitric oxide, which opens up blood vessels, floods your muscles with oxygen, and reignites fast-twitch muscle fibers, key for balance and quick response. These three, leucine, choline, and nitrates, form the neuromuscular trifecta. Together, they don't just feed your muscles, they reconnect them. And coming up next, I'll walk you through a simple step-by-step morning protocol you can start tomorrow to turn this science into strength. All right, here's where things get real. This isn't theory. It's a doable 15-minute routine that sets your entire neuromuscular system in motion, and the best part, you'll feel the difference the same day. Step 1 upon waking. Drink a beetroot-based smoothie. Why first thing? Because your body is in a fasted state, primed to absorb nutrients fast. Beets are rich in nitrates, which begin converting into nitric oxide, the blood flow booster within 90 minutes. That's your internal plumbing getting cleared and pressurized. Step 2, 15 minutes later, go for a 10-15-minute walk. Nothing intense, just enough to elevate your heart rate and stimulate blood circulation. Movement multiplies nitric oxide release and primes your nervous system to receive the wake-up signals you're about to send. Step 3. Eat your power breakfast. This means 2 whole eggs for choline, of course, and a protein source like Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, both packed with leucine. This combo nourishes both your brain and your muscles. You're not just fueling, you're reconnecting. Step 4. Add in a handful of leafy greens. Spinach, kale, or arugula. These anti-inflammatory powerhouses help calm the internal stress that slows muscle activation. Bonus points if you drizzle olive oil or add avocado for better absorption. And finally, step 5, optional but powerful, a scoop of whey protein isolate. If you want to supercharge muscle activation, this gives you the ideal leucine dose to trigger mTOR, the master regulator of muscle synthesis. This is especially important if you're over 40, when your body becomes less sensitive to protein signals. This protocol isn't a diet, it's a neurological reboot. And for many people, it's the first time in years their legs feel truly online again. In the next section, we'll dive even deeper into how these foods restore not just strength, but the communication lines between your brain and your muscles. So stay with me. This is just the beginning. Now you might be thinking, okay, this sounds promising, but why does it actually work? Let's break it down. Because once you understand how these nutrients interact with your body, it stops being just a health tip and becomes a blueprint for transformation. Let's start with leucine, the amino acid that acts like your muscle's ignition key. When leucine enters your bloodstream, it flips a molecular switch called mTOR, short for mechanistic target of rapamycin. Think of mTOR as the command center for muscle repair. Without it, your body doesn't know it's time to grow. But with enough leucine, around 2.5 to 3 grams per meal, mTOR wakes up and tells your cells, start building. Now let's talk about choline and why those eggs you ate weren't just food, they were signal enhancers. Choline is the precursor to acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter responsible for voluntary movement. When your brain wants your leg to move, it sends a signal, but acetylcholine is the messenger. Without enough of it, the message gets garbled or delayed. But when choline levels are high, it's like upgrading from dial-up to fiber optic. Clear, fast, reliable communication between brain and muscle. Then there's beetroot. This isn't just a trendy superfood, it's a vascular powerhouse. Beets are packed with nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide causes your blood vessels to relax and widen, improving circulation. That means more oxygen, more nutrients, and more waste removal in the muscles that need it most, your legs. It's like clearing traffic so the delivery trucks of your bloodstream can finally get through. And finally, the leafy greens, spinach, kale, arugula. These aren't just salad fillers. They're inflammation-fighting warriors. As we age, a low-grade fire of chronic inflammation simmers quietly in our bodies, blocking muscle activation and draining recovery. But compounds like quercetin, chlorophyll, and magnesium in leafy greens act like water on that fire. They help restore balance at the cellular level so your body can respond instead of resist. When you bring all of these elements together, it's not just a meal, it's a neuromuscular reset, a deliberate intervention to restore the communication loop, the energy flow, and the recovery engine of your legs. And the best part, you don't need a gym, you don't need a prescription, you just need to know what to eat, when to eat it, and how to move with intention. In the next section, I'll show you how to time these meals to unlock even greater results, because when you eat can be just as powerful as what you eat. Here's a secret most people never hear, especially from fitness influencers. When it comes to rebuilding leg strength, what you eat is only half the story. When you eat may be just as important, especially as you get older. Why? Because your body runs on biological rhythms, your circadian clock, and that clock doesn't just control sleep, it also affects nutrient sensitivity, hormonal response, and muscle-building signals throughout the day. If you time your meals right, your body listens. If you don't, it shrugs them off. There's a phenomenon called anabolic resistance, and it starts quietly in your 40s. Basically, your muscles become less responsive to protein unless it's delivered strategically. Think of it like your body needing a stronger knock at the door to respond. The good news, we now know how to knock louder by distributing your protein evenly, starting with a high leucine breakfast and eating within 1 hour of movement to take advantage of the anabolic window. In that post-movement window, your muscle cells act like sponges, ready to soak up amino acids, restore glycogen, and kickstart repair. Miss that window too often and the repair signals weaken. Hit it consistently, and you retrain your body to respond like it did years ago. This is the real magic of the morning protocol. You're not just feeding muscles, you're teaching them to respond again. You're syncing nutrition with biology, and that's how lasting strength is built, not just in your body, but in your daily rhythm. Next, I'll walk you through a recap of everything we've covered so far, so you can lock it in and take action starting tomorrow morning. This is where momentum begins. If you've made it this far, you've already taken the most important step, getting informed. Now let's recap the core insights you've learned so you can act with confidence, not confusion. First, we uncovered that leg weakness isn't always about age or muscle loss. Often it's a breakdown in neuromuscular communication, a disconnect between your brain and your body. But that connection can be reactivated with the right nutrients, the right timing, and a little movement. Second, we introduced the neuromuscular trifecta, leucine to flip the mTOR switch and trigger muscle protein synthesis, choline to boost acetylcholine and sharpen your muscle control, and nitrates from beetroot to open your blood vessels and restore oxygen delivery. Third, we gave you a protocol that works in real life. It's not complicated. It doesn't take hours. Just a few key moves each morning: a beetroot smoothie to kickstart nitric oxide, a 10-minute walk to amplify blood flow, a choline plus protein-rich breakfast of eggs and Greek yogurt, and a handful of leafy greens to calm the silent fire of inflammation. This protocol isn't about diet. It's about turning your nervous system back on so your legs move when you ask, hold you steady, and carry you forward with power and control. So here's your next step. Tomorrow morning, try the protocol and notice how your body responds. Not in weeks, not in months, in hours. Because once your biology remembers how to communicate again, everything starts to feel possible. And if this video helped you see your body and your potential in a new light, we'd love for you to like, comment, and subscribe. At True Health Way, we don't do hype. We translate science into strength and give you tools that work in the real world. Your body is built to come back. Let's help it remember how. I'll see you in the next episode.